Today I'm going to be probably doing my last video about this Pentium 2 Dell Poweredge 2200 machine. As you can see, it's just the motherboard at the moment because I threw the case because it was taking up an awful lot of space. And basically this machine is, I think certainly the motherboard part of it's going to get disposed of because I don't really have enough space for it. And I've got more powerful Pentium 2 machines. Anyway, but at the moment it's got Windows 2000 installed on it. So what I'll probably just do is sort of power it up, switch it on, and show potentially some of the reasons why this, rather than my other Pentium 2 machine, is first in line for disposal, shall we say. So if I just press the on switch here. So you see I've got it mounted there. I've got a CD and a CD-ROM drive, but anyway, let's just switch to the BIOS screen here. So this is the BIOS screen. You can see it's going to start SCSI. Which you just hear there. Then yeah, it's going to try and search for an OS on the CD, but yeah, you can see the two SCSIs there, and it's just going to want me to now press F1 to boot. So you can see Windows 2000 doing its usual starting process. And there is the good old Windows 2000 logo, which I've seen so many times because at my primary school they used Windows 2000 for many years, and even effectively my secondary school did as well. So I've seen an awful lot of Windows 2000 starting up, and I've spent an awful lot of time sort of setting them up to run in domains and all sorts of things like that. So a lot of memories here. But I can install Windows 2000 on the other Pentium 2 if I need to, because I'm going to keep the hard drive. Obviously, the Windows 2000 Windows is starting up. There you go, I've got it set to the log on screen here as well. Just press enter. If we just go down here. You might be able to hear the hard drive there, but you might not. So this is the Windows 2000 desktop thing I've got set up. So you can see I've got Internet Explorer 6, Outlook, Firefox 12, Adobe Reader 5, and that's basically the main software I have installed on this because, well, as you'll see, it doesn't really have enough RAM because it's only got 96 megabytes of RAM. So when it's sitting idle, this is what Task Manager looks like. So we've got 34 available, 52 system cache, with a page file memory usage of 60 there. It's only got one CPU. If I just load up Internet Explorer, so just with my incredibly crude website loaded in Internet Explorer, the RAM usage has already increased a reasonable amount to the point that only 17 megabits is available. But of course, the biggie is that Internet Explorer doesn't really load things very well, so you have to use Firefox 12, which itself is quite old as a bare minimum to get by. And you can see that Firefox isn't exactly loading instantly, although the hard drive is going very noticeably. And you can see, look at the RAM usage here now. So you can see we're down to 2 megabytes available, and that's just loaded the start page here. So the reality is you wouldn't really be able to use this practically for very much, and for that matter the web filtering application thing that I was planning on running on this also wouldn't work satisfactorily because it doesn't have 122 mega RAM in this system. But you can see it's just not as responsive as it could be. So I just try and load my site on here. So you can see that RAM wise it's beginning to struggle, and if I go and load a much more complex site, So I have the BBC site loaded here, and the page file usage has gone through the roof. And it still has some physical memory free, but that's just from an immense amount of paging, and the whole system has basically ground to a halt. And that's just with one simple tab open. So, yeah, you can see that browsing could be a real problem. So in lieu of this problem, unfortunately this computer's time has come to an end.